When you see SATB, it is an abbreviation for soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. It is four-part writing for four singers or four instruments. Musicians have been using careful rules for making SATB sound as good as possible for at least 3 centuries. So when you hear a chorale by Bach, that is this kind of writing. If you hear something that is written right now with a wonderful vocal sound for a chorus, you are also hearing that same kind of writing. The question is, how do we do it? How do we make such music from scratch? The first step is to either write a great melody or use a famous melody. Bach chorales are famous hymns that he arranged using SATB writing. And if you want to study how to do this, there is no better way than starting with Bach the master. Let's hear the melody from the first 4 bars of one of Bach's chorales. It will be written for the soprano part, so first let's look at that part carefully. Now let's listen to the bass line for the same 4 bars. It is no coincidence that the bass line is sung by basses. The next thing is to combine the soprano and the bass parts. This gives us a skeleton of our music, so let's listen to that. Now comes the harmony, which most of us think of as the chords. We have to figure out what kind of chords we can play using the soprano and bass parts. It is best to simply put in block chords in the left hand against the melody in the right hand. This is a good start for a pianist. Note that I have used both modern jazz chord notation and figured bass notation used by Bach. Both methods give us the same chords, so the results are identical. Finally, we have to change those block chords to 4-voice SATB harmony. Excellent musicians study the art of doing this for a very long time because we have to create lines for each of the parts that flow logically and are easily singable or playable. If we write for instruments or voices, we want that same sound. So with only 4 notes vertically, we have to express our chords in the most elegant and convincing manner possible. There are all sorts of rules to help us, but in the end, it is largely a matter of instinct and simply listening to the results. We have to be careful not to write something that is too high or too low for the singers or the instruments we are writing for. Here is that final result. Writing this way is at the same time solving a puzzle and creating something beautiful. If I have succeeded, this will seem so natural and so easy that you would think a child can do it. Let me assure you that this is not easy at all. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave me comments about what you like, comments about what you would like to see in the future, and remember that I consider all suggestions.